Hi everyone. Today I am going to discuss how we can create this sweet donut in our Android. First of all, let me define a file for our donut. So new Kotlin class file, donut. As of now, our canvas is ready and you can see there is nothing in our canvas. I have defined base color and one icing color. So our base color will be pink and icing color is something like this light orange. First of all, you have to draw its base, which is the pink color circle. We know to draw this base layer, we have to create a circle. And as we have learned from the previous video, we can use draw circle method. Color equals to color 0xff EV768V. And its radius will be size dot width y2. If I build this, you can see our base layer is ready, but in the actual image there is a gap at the side, so you have to decrease its radius. Let me define 2.5 f. If I refresh this, okay, so we have our base layer ready, but there is an issue in this circle that I will tell you at the end of this video. uh, I can't draw this circle in this way. There is another way to draw a circle, that is, we can draw a path. We can use a method like draw path. So let's define a path for our circle. Let's do path dot add circle. So for circle, actually we can use add oval. In oval, we have to define one rect. So rect center equals to center and radius equals to size dot width y 2.5 f. And finally, we have to draw this path. So draw path and we have to give this path, and color equals to color of 0xff. If I refresh this, we have still our circle in the same way, but we have an additional thing, which is path. Actually, we need this path in later stage, that I will tell you later. But now our path is ready. The secondary thing is that we have to create this second layer, which is the icing layer. This is nothing but a circle and with some effect in a path for a paint. So let's draw a circle, and as you can see, if we go its definition, we don't have any attribute to define a paint. So for this, we can't use draw circle from the compose. Actually, we have to use a native canvas, which was given from the initial version of Android. So for this, draw context dot canvas dot native canvas dot apply, and in this canvas we have to call draw circle, and this draw circle is from the canvas which is in the android.graphics package, not from the compose package. And this draw circle need x position center.x, by position center.by, some radius. So radius equals to size dot width divided by 2.5 f. But as you can see, there is some gap from the base and the icing layer circle. So for this gap, what we can do, we can subtract some padding. So 20 f, perfect. And the last parameter that we have to define is paint. So for this, paint dot apply. In this paint, first of all, you have to give the color of circle. So this dot color equals to icing color and some path effect. So path effect equals to compose path effect. So what this do? Actually, we have to provide two path effect. One path effect will be the curve angle, how much it will be curved, and the second thing, we have to define its gap between two curve. So you can see this is one curve, there is one gap, this is another curve, this is gap, and this is another gap, and so on. So there is one effect called corner path effect, and here let me provide radius 100f, and another path effect is discrete path effect. Let me add some values like 60f and 15f. If I refresh this, perfect. So for now, we can see our base layer and the icing layer is complete. Let's move to the next layer, that is the inner circle and some shadow. So for creating this central circle layer, it's just a circle with white color and some shadow. So let's create this. Draw circle, again center dot x, center dot y, and if I say size, so its radius will be something like 100 f, and again bend dot apply its color, so color equals to color, you have to use android dot graphics color dot white, and there is a method called set shadow layer. Here you have to define radius, x-axis and y-axis and shadow color. So radius will be 100f, x-axis 0f, and from y-axis, since you can see the shadow is at top side, not at the bottom side, so it will be minus by from the center. So what we can do, something like minus 30f, and we have to provide the shadow color, so it will be same as our base color. If I refresh this, perfect. Almost we have done everything in our donut, except there are some sprinkles in our donut, and that we will be creating in the following section. These sprinkles are nothing but arc. So in arc, we have to consider the following things. Number one, the angle of arc from where it will start and the progress of arc. You can see some arcs are smaller and some are bigger, even in length and its width. And another thing is its position from x and y axis. And the third thing is its color. So let's create these arc first. Now, since we don't need to use our native canvas, we can come out of its scope. So here our native canvas was started and we are at this line. To draw the arc we have seen in the previous video, we can use draw arc method. And this draw arc requires some input parameters. Number first is we have to pass the color dot red. We need start angle, we need sweep angle, and huge center will be false. Next we need style, so style will be stroke. In stroke we have to give its width, so you can see for some of the arc we have less width and for some of the arc we have more width. So for this we can use random dot next int, and the minimum width will be 3 and maximum will be 8, and it will be in float. The next thing which we need is top left and size. So first of all, as we know that we are not going to draw one single arc because uh, we have a lot of arcs at the different places. So we have to draw arc in a loop statement. Another thing is we have to randomly pick the position of angle. So you can see this is horizontal arc, this is vertical arc, this angle is different, this angle is different. Every angle will be randomly generated and every location will be randomly generated. So for this we need two different variables. Angle equals to random dot, and here I can say 360. So the angle will be anything below 360. And another thing which we need is difference from x-axis and y-axis. So we can say position. So position will be random dot next int minus 1000 to 1000. You can choose any values here. I'm just putting these values because I have tried these values and it fulfilled my requirement. It's not a mandatory thing like you have to compulsory give 1000. You can choose any values. Just make sure it fulfill your requirement. Finally, we have to create a for loop. So for x in 1 in range of 100. And we have to put this draw arc method inside this loop. Okay, so initially we have to provide the value for start angle, and we know that our angle is defined here. What we can say start angle will be angle dot float, or simply I can place here to float, then we don't need here. Okay, fine. uh, and we have to provide sweep angle value. What is sweep angle? So if we can see, this arc start from this position and sweep angle is its length. So how much length you want for this arc? And you can see for some of the arc the length is very low, and for other arcs length is high. How we can do this? We can use the same random value for this. So sweep angle will be between 3 to 8, or some larger, 3 to 10. Now we need just two things, top left and its size. So top left will be the position from where the arc will be started. So for this we can say offset. So for x equals to, we can say center dot x minus position. Okay, and also y equals to center dot y minus position. Okay, and the last thing, which is size. So for size we have to use size, and width equals to size dot width by 2, and height equals to size dot height by 2. If I rephrase this, there are not different arcs here. Any issue? Got it. So the angle and position will be randomly generated for each of the arc. So we have to put these values inside for loop. That is a mistake. Now if I rephrase this, okay, so as you can see here, we are good by creating some sprinkles, but sprinkles are drawn outside of our donut. So how we can stop this sprinkles to be drawn outside of our circle? In that case, we need to use clip path method. And inside clip path, we have to provide a path. So outside of that path, nothing will be drawn. And we know we have already this variable called path. So what we can do inside of draw arc, we can use clip path, and we have to use path, and inside this scope you have to draw this arc. Again if I build this, okay, so now you can see we have our sprinkles ready in the arc. But there is one issue, like the sprinkles are also there inside the center circle. So what we can do, we have to draw this circle after the sprinkles, not before sprinkles. So for this, as you can see, we have drawn this circle here, so we can cut from this place, and after drawing the sprinkles, just we can use draw context dot canvas dot native canvas dot apply, and that's it. If I again rephrase this, perfect. So you can see we have our donut ready. One last thing that is pending yet, the sprinkles are not colorful. So for this, just we have to provide color and nothing else. For colors, there is I have already noted down all the colors which I will be using to for sprinkles, and instead of just passing the color dot red, what we can do, random colors of any value below the random colors dot size. If I again reveal this, Here we go. So our donut is ready. If you want the source code of the application, you can check the description below. And thank you for watching this video.